Hello there, it's Roland. Welcome to Getting It Done North of 7. Today we're going to be rolling on a popcorn ceiling texture on this part of the ceiling that I repaired. And it's my first time ever doing anything like this, so let's see how it turns out. So quick story, what we have here is a ceiling repair. This used to be a skylight. We all know what skylights do. They leak, and they leak water and they damage things. We had damage here, we had damage down the wall. But anyways, I put metal on the roof and we closed in 3 skylights, and this is the first one I'm repairing like this. So I framed it, put in a piece of drywall, and I did some drywall compound, some mudding, fix it the best I can. There's a little bit of roughness, but I figure we're covering it up with that popcorn texture. So I didn't want to get too fussy and waste time on it. So right now we're going to put the popcorn texture on, and we're going to be using a roller. I'm going to show you the materials that I have to use. Okay, first I'll show you what I'm using for the stucco. So it's from Home Hardware, that's here in Canada. It's Easy Roll Stucco for interior. And I did try out a test piece, and I have to say that I am quite pleased with the way it worked. I mean, it turned out really good. So I'm going to be using this, I'm going to be using a tray, and I have a small roller. So what I want to say is this is not a new roller. This roller, I've been doing some painting and I primed a few spots. I've been using it for primer and I wash it out. I use it about 5 times, and I decided to use it again for this job because it had that texture to it, like it's been used and beat up a little bit. So I thought that looks a lot better than the new roller. So I thought, well, I'm going to try that, and maybe a new roller will work just fine. And these are thick rollers too. They're good thickness. You don't want a thin roller. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the Easy Roll Stucco into the tray, of course, and I'm going to work it. I'll show you what I'm going to do and my technique for putting it on the ceiling. And let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to get started. I know you can't really see what I'm doing here, but I'm going to put some of this Easy Roll Stucco on my roller. I'm going to put it on thick. Here, we're going to start in the center. And I'm going to hold the tray underneath like this because I don't want it dropping. But we're going to roll it out. We're going to work it until it's evenly spread out across the whole ceiling repair here. You can see it looks pretty good already. And we'll just come over here again. You can see it dropping in my tray here. And like I said, this is my first time. And I'm a little nervous about it, but I hope it turns out really good because I went through all this trouble of repairing this and getting it ready for this, and I want to just match it up. Now I did do a test, like I said, and it turned out really good, but it was just a small area, where this one here is like 3.5 feet by 2 feet. So it's a larger area to cover, but it should work. So the edges I'm going to do last, and I'll show you what I'm going to do there. I watched some videos. I saw some guys do certain things and they just roll it out, feather it out to the existing popcorn texture. And it turned out all right. We're getting there. I gotta make sure I evenly roll it out. And I put tape up against the wall so I didn't get the popcorn texture all over the wall. And then we can just peel the tape off and we're done. It's all dry. It's supposed to take like 36 hours to fully dry. I covered the floor with paper. I gotta make sure I get these edges right up against the wall because I don't want it to look bare, like it doesn't have as much of the material on there. So this side here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like circular motions. And we're gonna blend it into the existing popcorn ceiling. I seen a guy do that and it worked out pretty decent. Yeah, that looks all right. A little rough there, but I can smooth it out. Okay, so I've been doing it for a while now, and it does look better. You can see the edges. a little bit. I guess I could have smoothed out my repair better, but it's going to have to do the job. But I'm going to show you guys something I learned here while I was doing this. And you can see here where I just did the popcorn, the stucco looks a little more textured here than here, like it's flattened out. So I figured out what to do. And so what I do is I'll spread it on like this, and then come over here. Don't push hard. And then when you see it's kind of goopy looking here. So what you want to do is you want to come backwards, light as you can push. And it seems to just feather it out nicely, but also grabs the material and pulls it down to give it that popcorn look a lot better. Just very lightly on the end of your brush. Do it as many times as you can. I'm finding that I can play with this quite a bit. And there's no problem with it. I have a little bit here hanging, so I'm going to come very lightly across here. And that looks better. So it actually doesn't look bad. It's not perfect, but it doesn't look bad, I'm telling you.